Welcome to Lesson 3, Advanced Enum with Bob the Developer. In this lesson, you will learn how to add multiple enums within an enum to design, organize, structure. Let's get started. Welcome to Learn Swift with Bob. Today, let's talk about Advanced Enum, specifically talking about nested enum. So here's a problem statement: just more than one. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, when we talk about the singleton pattern in chapter 2, we had the little struct within struct. All right, we could do something like that within enums as well. Well, we could do, first of all, let's design a enum called future call course. Okay, and in the future course we have let's say we have two other courses. For example, the first one is we could have like Learn Swift with Bob. We have an entire enum within enum here, Learn Swift with Bob. It's raw enum type, and also two cases, has a chapter description property. Okay, so you have the ability to call future course. You have able to call, like, pick and choose it, and then get the chapter description, get the generic protocol, and then get the chapter description right there. Okay. But you know what the next course is going to be about. It's going to be UI Kit Fundamentals with Bob the Developer. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to call it UI Kit Fundamentals, but this is a course you definitely want to check it out later down the road. I'm in the process making it. It takes a lot of effort, but I'll try my best. So now you have what happening is you also have the ability to pick and choose. So when you go to future course, you have two choices available: UI Kit Fundamentals or Learn Swift with Bob. Now here we go. You can do no storyboard. We're not going to use storyboard. We're going to use everything code. You will definitely love it. Most companies, large companies, they don't use storyboard. Feel free to check out one of the articles talking about why I don't use storyboard on my blog channel, on my blog website. Check the description right there. That's what I mean by nested enum. That's nothing more than that. Okay. So nested enum, alright, we just show you, but how is this useful? Let's talk about some practical stuff. Well, nested enum can be useful for organizing any like game design, or let's find out. So let's say we have character, and then within here we have two enums available. One is character type, and also we have a character skill, and we could have three choices for character type and also skill. We have an airwalk, transparency, prediction. That's a pretty good skill I want to have. I play basketball since high school, so I think I'll definitely want to have this airwalk skill, and also I wish I were like a warrior. Yeah. And then we could have some properties associated with the struct character. We could have a character type, and also skill. That confirms a skill. So these are properties that are not initialized yet. So whenever you create this struct, you know that you have to initialize it. It's going to provide a default initialization method available for us. For example, let's call it let Bob. Okay. Let Bob. And then we have two things you have to pick and choose. But if you now think about it, now these are enum type, right? Character type, character skill, these are enum type. All we have to do is what? Pick and choose. Here we go. Amazing stuff. Oh, I don't want to be a priest. No, I want to be a warrior, and I want to be able to walk. Actually, I want to do everything, but if I had to choose one or the other, actually, I'll be fine being a transparent if I wanted to. So here we go. We have this option, and you're able to create a character just like that. So it doesn't really have to game design. You can think of any design on your own. Okay. Just apply this concept into your own design, and then you're able to organize it just like that without having to use structs and classes all the time. Now here we go, pick and choose. That's all you need to do. How amazing is that? You don't have to create an object with the initializer, put enter there. Yeah, you don't need to do that. You can just pick and choose. Okay. So I'm gonna give you another game design. In fact, you don't even need struct here. You can always work out with enums and enum. Well, not always, but you could do that. So, for example, we have a wearable. Let's call it wearable. You're preparing a game, and then it also contains a weight and as well as a price. Okay, and I'm gonna have a case. Since it's an enum, you could have a case here, right, alongside with it. Okay. So, and then this case is actually associative value. So when you make this case, when you initialize this object, you have to enter weight as well as price. So that, these are also enum type. You have to enter object of enum type. That means you can pick and choose later down the road. So, and then let's do this. Now you can do something like this. My clothes wearable.armor. This is associate type, so you have to enter weight and price. And here we go. You can do .heavy.skill. That's it. You don't need to use structs and classes. Again, when you're trying to design a model, I want to emphasize you that you don't really need to use classes and structs all the time. My recommendation is always start out with how you can do this with Enum, because Enum allows you to pick and choose, and that's a better way of going about, instead of inserting a bunch of object there, like initializing with brackets. Always come up, try to solve it with the enum first, and then if you cannot do it, impossible, then move on to structs and classes. And as you know, enums do have what you can add properties and functions, whatever you want to. So you can do a function, let's call it get description, and then switch self versus the current object. If it's the armor, right? If it's the armor, they're only one case, so we can use the armor. Caselet armor, we call it the price. You can call it my price or your price. These are parameter thing. I'm going to use it throughout the entire block of code within the return here. Now you've chosen weight and price. Okay, here we go. Now let's try to call this. So my clothes is an instant that has a reference to, not real reference, contains that the object now has the ability to call this get description. Now you've chosen, probably it's going to say let's print this statement. Here we go. Let's print the statement. You've chosen on the bottom, let's read it. You've chosen heavy and soul, and if you decide to change it, I don't want to get light, but yeah, if you do want to become lighter, you can say light and steel. That's it. That's how you design your model or any implementation if you want to. You could be a model. Yeah, so I hope, that was it. The last lesson I was kind of rushing through because there are a lot of examples I wanted to show you, but this lesson is a little simple and nice and easy. Hopefully you guys learned something new. And again, remember this: always look for ways you can solve it with enums, and if you cannot solve it with enums, move on to classes and structs. Okay, or you don't even have to use enum. See you guys later in the next lesson. Keep learning and apply in your own application. I cannot be there for you, but you have your brain to apply on yourself, right? I believe in you guys, and if you get stuck, I'm always here for you. So let's go. You've learned how the nested enum can be useful for replacing structs and classes. When you attempt to design an API for your open source project for your teammates, I recommend you to use enum-oriented programming approach. Anything has to do with parameter with choosing options. That way, no one has to go through the entire properties to pick and choose. They can simply choose those defined cases. And also, no one has to type. This is what I believe based on my standard. What makes a good developer separates from the great ones are the fact that they can use enum depending on the context. In the next lesson, you will learn how to combine enums with protocol. See you in the next lesson.